Hello everyone, this is Solomon in Demons, and today we're gonna revisit the Crate Voodoo 60 guitar amplifier. Now, I did promise you guys that if my video about the ugly truth of Crate amplifiers hits 1000 views, I was gonna make a full deep review about this amplifier, and we did it. So first of all, thank you so much for everyone that commented, to everyone that shared their opinion in that video. And I'm really glad that you guys enjoy it. And for the ones that didn't like what I had to say about Crate amplifiers too much, thank you anyway. So let's talk first about the Crate Voodoo line of amplifiers. Then we're gonna check a couple of tones, and at the end of the video I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion and my honest conclusion about this amplifier that is almost 30 years old. The Crate Blue Voodoo came out in 1995, an all-tube guitar amplifier that came stock with 6L6 power tubes, but that also accepted EL34 tubes. There was two types of heads, a 120 watts and a 60 watts. By the end of the year, the combo version was also introduced, and by 1996, the amplifier won the Music and Sound Award for the most innovative instrument amplifier. The amplifier was affordable, and it was a total success for Crate. Now, to push even more the amplifier into the market, by 1997, Marty Freeman started playing the amplifier live, appearing in all the promotion ads and flyers of the amplifier, in front of a wall of full stacks of Crate Blue Voodoos, and even in commercials and promotions of Crate, like the ones that I'm gonna put on the screen right now.
The amplifier that I actually use is this Crate Black Voodoo. I use that in my concerts and in the studio, and I use it around the world. And
he did play Crate with Megadeth until he departed from the band. It was by these times, in the early 2000s, when a revision of the Crate Blue Voodoo came out. The name of the amplifier changed to BB, and this was because it was gonna be called Black Voodoo now, because the plate of the amplifier changed, the logo, everything looked different, but everyone kept calling the amplifier Blue Voodoo. Apart Marty Freeman, numerous of famous guitar players also were endorsed by Crate, and also portrayed and played live the Blue Voodoo. Over the years, the St. Louis Music kept the production of the Crate Voodoo. At the same time, it was the early 2000s when the St. Louis Music Company was sold and the production of the Blue Voodoo amplifier ceased. Alright guys, so what you guys hear on the mix was my Semi-80s SC22. For the cleans section, the guitar was connected straight to the amplifier. In the effects loop of the amplifier, I had some effects from my ISP impressions, and the amplifier was connected straight to my load box to my interface, and I was using IRs from Torpedo Wall of Sound as cabinets. Now, for the rhythmic sections, for the high gain rhythmic sections, it was the same thing, as, with the exception that I wasn't using effects and I was using a noise gate. So what you guys were hearing in the high gain rhythmic sections was the amplifier by itself, without any overdrive in front. It was just the tones that you can get with the amp without pushing the amplifier. Now for the lead, for the solo, it was a little bit different. I had to put an overdrive in front of it, and what I was using was my Hoyo Ultimate Overdrive. That was the only difference, and it was because I need a little bit more of brightness for the solo. That was something that I wasn't able to achieve only pushing the presence of the amplifier a little bit higher. Alright, so we are on the clean channel of the amplifier. I am on the neck pickup of the guitar. All my EQ section on the clean channel is on the middle. The volume is around 9 AM. The presence knob is also in the middle, and this is how the clean channel sounds. Now, to activate the effects loop of the amplifier, you have a switch here. Now you have another switch on top that adds 12 decibels on the effects loop of the amplifier. Right now the switch is off, and we're gonna leave it like that just for now. So the settings on the EQ of this amp, I like to add a little bit more of bass on the clean, and I like to cut the treble a little bit. And with the presence, I like to add it around maybe 2 p.m. This give me a nice bright sound in the cleans of the amp. And now we're gonna go to my bridge pickup and we're gonna proceed to the high gain state of the amp. Now when I go to the high gain state, I also gonna put all the knobs in the middle just to start. But something that I gotta do, remember what I said, is to add that 12 dBs because otherwise the amplifier gets too noisy when you are in the high gain and everything becomes very unstable. And that's why I like to add it. And yeah, this is how it sounds when you are in the high gain of the amp. Alright, so that's with all the knobs of the middle on the EQ. We're gonna start tweaking that EQ a little bit. And I like to add a little bit more bass. You definitely need more bass on that state. And like I said, the gain is on the middle, but we're gonna cool it a little bit just to see how much gain we get when it's just in 9 AM, right? And let me add a little bit more of treble. Let's leave those mids in the middle and now let's add a little bit more of gain. That's in the middle. We definitely need a little bit more of presence. Push the gain a little bit more. Now I never have been on this stage of gain in this amp, and yeah, this is how it sounds. Alright, and now let's push it all the way up. Alright, and definitely a lot of gain, but let me put it around where I was playing when I was doing the mix of the video. And now in the solo, like I said, I was boosting the amplifier. So like I said, this is my JoJo Ultimate, and this is how it sounds. So that was the Crate Voodoo 60. Does the Crate Voodoo line of amplifiers deserve to be one of the most hated or to be called one of the worst amplifiers of the 90s? I honestly don't think that. I really like the way that the Crate Voodoo sounds. It has a very unique sound. In the clean channel we get a nice clean channel, and we also get a very kind of fuzzy high gain channel too. That it have that characteristic sound that Crate used to offer with their line of solid state of amplifiers. That it is what made Crate famous, giving a lot of saturation to this tube amplifier, but with a very nice, warm and punchy sound because it has tubes, right? So yeah, I really like it. So yeah, I mean, once again, that's my opinion. Let me know what is yours in the comments, and thank you so much for watching this video, and take care and bye.